country is joining a BC community in mourning after one of the worst school shootings in Canadian history. 9 people, including the shooter, are dead. RCMP confirmed it had interactions with the shooter several times in the years prior.
Police had attended that residence on multiple occasions over the past several years, dealing with concerns of mental health with respect to our suspect. I can say that on different occasions the suspect was apprehended for assessment and follow-up.
Now, the shooter has been identified as 18-year-old Tumbler Ridge resident Jesse Van Roostelaar. Tumbler Ridge is a small northeastern BC town with a population of around 2,400 people. CTV News spoke to the parents of one of the victims, 12-year-old Kylie Smith, who was in grade 7.
She's just a beautiful soul. She's a light in our family. She loved art and anime. She wanted to go to school in Toronto, and we just loved her so much. She was thriving in high school. She never hurt a soul. She was a supporter, LGBTQ supporter, and she was the last person who ever deserved this.
Now, her parents say they didn't know she had been killed until 9 hours after the shooting. The other victims were 2 female students aged 12, 2 male students aged 12 and 13, a 39-year-old female educator, and the shooter's mother and 11-year-old stepbrother. Our province postponed 3 provincial press conferences scheduled for today out of respect for the community of Tumbler Ridge. CTV's Miriam Valdez-Carletti has local reaction.
A gesture of solidarity. Alberta's flag flying at half-mast for 7 days following the shooting in Tumbler Ridge Tuesday. Premier Daniel Smith posting on social media saying in part, "In times of profound tragedy, Canadians come together. We support our neighbours, our communities, and do everything we can to help each other move forward together." Flags at Edmonton City Hall are also flying half-mast. The Alberta Teachers Association says it's deeply heartbroken by the horrific tragedy that occurred, saying in part, "As educators, our schools are not just buildings. They are the heart of our communities and our sacred spaces where children should always feel safe, nurtured, and protected."
Absolutely key here is to remember that our children aren't necessarily asking for the details. What they're actually asking about is safety. Am I safe? Kids still, that's their primary question. Am I okay?
Child psychologist Tanya Johnson says it's important to use age-appropriate language when addressing what's happened.
When we give too many details, we run the risk of kind of overexposure. So really, we just want to wait and go, okay, tell me what you know. Or what questions do you have?
CASA Mental Health says parents should watch for any changes in their child's behavior.
They might appear more clingy, more irritable, more annoyed, or even withdrawn. And I think one of the first things for parents to know is that that is absolutely normal.
Now, both the Edmonton Public and Catholic school divisions have offered their condolences and supports for students and staff. Alberta RCMP answered to 2 weapons calls today at high schools. Beth Facey and FR Haythorne in Sherwood Park were locked down after someone reported seeing a person possibly with a gun at Strathcona Athletic Park. RCMP say they found the person and there was no weapon. Also, Wood Buffalo RCMP say they were called out to a local school after someone said a student had brought a gun. Officers say there was no gun and took someone into custody. RCMP say they will continue to respond quickly to any concerns. A Bonnyville baseball coach has been arrested and charged with child pornography offenses. Alberta law enforcement response teams arrested 48-year-old Michelle Michaud in late January. Michaud is charged with possession, access, and distribution of child sexual abuse and exploitation material and bestiality. Alert says Michaud is not suspected of producing child pornography and wants the Bonnyville baseball community to know they are not searching for victims.
I can absolutely appreciate how upsetting these charges will be for those players, for their parents, the Baseball Association, and for the community as a whole. It's important to note that there is no evidence that any youth were involved in the charges that Michaud is facing.
Michaud is out on bail and will appear in Bonnyville court later this month. Edmonton police have charged a deacon at a local church with sexual assault and sexual interference. Police say the assault happened in November. APS says Frejgi Zarejgi was working in the Alberta Avenue area at the time. Police believe there may be more victims. A stuck transport truck forced the closure of the high-level bridge today. The truck became wedged inside the century-old bridge around 10:30 this morning. It took about 2 hours to remove the truck and reopen the bridge. Despite signs warning of the low clearance, there is a long history of trucks hitting it. There were 5 incidents last year. In December, the province said it's considering increasing the current $10,000 fine for trucks that hit bridges. Police say charges are pending. Well, people who live in a West Edmonton community say they are frustrated. An abandoned vehicle, poorly parked, has been sitting there for nearly a month. Neighbors say they've contacted Edmonton police and the city with no luck. CTV's Connor Hogg has more on the unwanted local landmark.
It's been here for almost a month now.
Last month, Cyrell Kanglet's security camera caught someone leaving this black Honda in front of his house in Edgemont. They got out, walked away, and to his knowledge, never returned.
Kind of been hard for cars to drive by, especially if it's coming from both directions. And the car's like parked not straight.
Both Kanglet and neighbor Wilf Kuhn have been contacting 311 for weeks.
They basically made a note of it and said that, they're very sorry and they'll look into it and they'll take care of it.
The car's tires are now flat. 3 windows are shattered. There are 2 72-hour warning notices and a $50 parking ticket on the windshield. One of those notices is from December and lists a different location in the neighborhood.
Apparently, it's registered to some resident in the area, according to them, but they will try and contact the city to, try and ensure that the broken glass is at least cleaned up.
Kuhn says police told him they can't deal with the vehicle because their impound lot is full. EPS tells CTV News its lot is currently operating at limited capacity because of nearby construction. It needs to prioritize space for vehicles that are seized in connection with a crime or pose a public safety risk.
I guess you can consider this a safety risk now.
If we're not enforcing our community standards, what message does that send to Edmontonians, right?
In the meantime, at least one person is willing to move the car. A scrap dealer left their number for the owner.
The car was sitting there for a long time. If you want to sell your car as is, pick it up.
An offer many on this street would be more than happy with.
I'm extremely disappointed, and it's very unbelievable. I would have never, in my wildest imagination, thought that this kind of thing could be possible.
The neighbors say they're feeling deflated and hopes the owner takes onus. Connor Hogg, CTV News, Edmonton.
A campaign pushing for a referendum on public education funding has failed. Alicia Taylor organized the citizen-led petition. It asked if the province should end its practice of allocating public funds to private schools. Taylor says more than 123,000 Albertans signed the petition, while the number of signatures gathered falls short of the more than 177,000 needed. Taylor says the campaign engaged Albertans.
A good number of the people that we encountered out in public, the ones that weren't seeking us out, when we asked them the question, they were surprised, and that was a common conversation among canvassers. They couldn't believe how many people in the general public aren't aware of this issue.
Taylor says more than 2,000 volunteers helped with the petition. She hopes they will continue advocating for reduced funding to private schools. Elections Alberta will now do an official signature count. On the heels of a poll showing a minority of Albertans feel strongly about separating from Canada, a professor who studies misinformation says he's seeing some familiar patterns around public discourse. An Angus Reid poll published this week shows 8% of Albertans polled would definitely vote to leave Canada, with another 21% leaning that way. Timothy Caulfield is Canada Research Chair in Health Law and Policy at the University of Alberta. He says vocal minorities can sometimes have an outsized influence on discourse around an issue. He says online echo chambers can make people believe they're actually part of a majority, and that polarizing topics like separation are driven by social media algorithms.
Research tells us that rage and grievance and fear drives our social media algorithms. So if you can weigh into a topic that is polarizing, that is built on grievance, you're more likely to get clicks. And I worry that we're going to see that happen in the separation debate. It already is.
He says he hopes to see government officials try to bring down the temperature on the separation issue and promote more informed discourse. A tasty celebration of Black History Month took place at Norquest College. A culinary competition was held today that acknowledges the importance of rice in Black, African, and Caribbean communities. Students were able to taste and vote on 5 different rice dishes that were from Haiti, Somalia, Ghana, Burundi, and Eritrea. Each dish had its own distinct and unique flavors specific to the history and geography of where it originated.
Community is really important to us, so we do community through food, through music, and just gathering together to just celebrate joy.
Now, this is one of several events at Norquest celebrating Black History Month. Well, you may be familiar with Happy Beer Street. That's a section of 99th Street just south of White Ave, home to 10 craft breweries. Now, some of those business owners are now pushing the city to make it easier to hold pedestrian-friendly events in the area by creating a new entertainment district. CTV's Jeremy Thompson reports.
It's the mid-afternoon lull at this distillery and burger shop. It's one of multiple booze-based businesses on 78th Ave, a road that's not always this quiet.
We actually hosted Shitty's our birthday there, and we had over 6,000 people in attendance with the street shut down. We had extended patio, and people really love it.
Business owners want to host more events like that, but every application for a special event license requires a barrage of emails to the city and AGLC.
The bureaucracy that goes into hosting that is extremely difficult and very limiting on how many times we can do that per year.
Their solution is a new entertainment district, a one-block zone that can be closed to traffic and act like one big beer garden.
Anywhere that you got a dedicated area that you can jump from restaurant to restaurant or patio to patio is a really good thing.
The first event I think we have on the calendar, should it pass, is an adult book fair with the folks at the Audrey's Bookshop.
The city says its 2 existing entertainment districts on Rice Howard Way and 104th Street downtown have been successful without a rise in public drunkenness or other disorders.
So I think we should do it. Ideas like this, we need more of this in the city, not less.
This street does come with challenges. Street parking is already a struggle, and there's only one sidewalk. The city built a new bike lane from White Ave last fall, but it ends 2 blocks away.
I think it has to create an area where people feel they can go, they can have some entertainment, they can have some interaction, but it doesn't impact others around here negatively, like the dance studio.
Staff at Mile Zero tell CTV they generally support the idea and hope the studio can benefit too. City Council will vote on the new entertainment district next week. Jeremy Thompson, CTV News, Edmonton.
A Calgary senior fulfilled a long-held dream today. She finally saw the mountain peak where her husband and daughter's ashes were scattered. CTV's Kevin Green reports.
86-year-old Louise Barnett has never been to the top of Howling Peak, but she's always wanted to see it. It's where the ashes of her husband and daughter were laid to rest.
And I wasn't able to do that. It was just too much of a challenge.
Wednesday, she boarded a Cessna 182 at Springbank Airport, destined for the mountains west of Calgary. Her wish coming true thanks to the staff at Rocky Ridge Retirement Community.
Once we received Louise's wish, we just had to run with it. And thank you to Calgary Flying Club. We're able to make that happen, and she's going to have a magical day in the mountains.
Louise's daughter joined her on the flight.
It's my dad and my sister, and it's at the top of Howling, so my goal is to hike up there this year, so it'll be really nice to be able to fly over to see where their ashes are.
The Calgary Flying Club donated the flight, arranging for pilot Jeremy Heemstra to take them out over the 2,400-meter peak.
And when I learned kind of about the context and the background of this, it was a no-brainer for me. Like, I felt honored and privileged to kind of be handpicked by the CFI here. So, yeah, I was excited right away when I heard about it.
After just over an hour in the air, Louise was back on terra firma with her wish come true and something more too.
I saw where my husband and daughter's ashes were placed. So on the whole, it was really nice. It was another closure, but it was a happy closure again.
Kevin Green, CTV News, Calgary.
Still ahead on CTV News.
After working in a vet clinic, I've realized that the need is quite great for canine blood. And You have to be a specific candidate as a canine dog donor.
The need for blood donors for dogs and what the special qualifications are.
Good evening, folks. 7 degrees for a daytime high today, and we'll be in the same ballpark tomorrow. Still a handful of degrees above zero Friday. The cool down begins this weekend. I'll show you that, and the big drop in temperatures on the way for next week. All in just a few minutes.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
An orphaned black bear cub found in Slave Lake is receiving care from an animal rescue organization. The bear was found in poor health while attempting to den on someone's deck. The Alberta Institute for Wildlife Conservation, just north of Calgary, has taken him in. It says the cub weighs half the healthy weight for a cub his age. He also had injuries to his paw and nose. Staff suspect the mother was killed and says without her guidance, the cub couldn't hibernate on its own. They hope to release the cub back into the wild in June. Well, every day, ill and injured animals rely on blood donations, and yet most people don't think about it until their pet needs it. Today, an emergency vet clinic in Okotoks hosted a Valentine's Day-themed doggy blood drive to get the word out. CTV's Jacqueline Wilson has the details.
Not all heroes wear capes. Some have 4 paws and a wagging tail.
All right, Pepsi, girl.
13 dogs, including Pepsi, donated blood. Owner Cheryl Brown signed up 3 of her 4 dogs.
After working in a vet clinic, I've realized that the need is quite great for canine blood. And you have to be a specific candidate as a canine dog donor, so you have to be between 1 to 8 years old, over 55 pounds, calm-mannered, and up to date on all your vaccines and in good health. And this guy kind of fit the bill here.
The dogs were pampered with treats, ice cream, and a photo shoot. Each appointment is about 30 minutes, but the procedure itself is much shorter.
The initial blood draw only takes typically between 3 to 5 minutes, so it's pretty quick. It doesn't take too long. And one donation can save up to 3 lives.
There are more than 12 blood groupings for dogs, which is tested at the beginning of the appointment along with a health check.
The blood type that we test for is DEA1, which is dog erythrocyte antigen 1. And the reason we test for that one is because it is clinically significant. There's a positive and a negative, with negative being our universal donor.
Durgas says there's always need for new donors, as blood is used for a variety of reasons in veterinary medicine.
Trauma, in case of dogs, it could be parvovirus, von Willebrand's disease, hemolytic anemias, cancer therapy treatments, toxicities. So there's lots of different uses for the blood.
These doggo donations make sure that there's always blood available for others in need. Jacqueline Wilson, CTV News, Okotoks.
The Edmonton Elks are celebrating an aggressive CFL free agency season. The Elks have signed 7 players since yesterday, a new backup quarterback, 2 wide receivers, and high-profile help on both the offensive and defensive lines. That includes former NFLer Malik Carney, one of the league's premier pass rushers.
Great facility, great community, a lot of support, man, and I'm excited to play. The roster looks amazing. I'm excited to play.
The Elks start the preseason in Vancouver May 23rd, and the regular season kicks off June 6th in Ottawa. The back-to-back Talus Cup champion Red Deer Chiefs have been chosen to enter Alberta's Hockey Hall of Fame. The U18 team won championships in 2012 and 2013. Head coach Doug Quinn says the club won the cups with 2 completely different lineups. He says he was a bit surprised to get the call to the Hall. Quinn adds it's a testament to the culture and work ethic of the organization.
It was such a good group of players, coaches, just everything together, and all the commitment and hard work that went into it. So, yeah, it was very satisfying.
Other inductees in this year's class includes NHL legends Colin Patterson and Paul Coffey. A gala will be held in Red Deer in July for this year's class. An Alberta motivational speaker will try and become a Guinness World Record holder this weekend. So Frisbee Rob, as he's known, will launch a flying disc from a long range through a regulation basketball hoop in front of a live audience. Rob has spoken to more than 250,000 students across Canada with his message of turning failure into fuel. He already holds 13 Guinness World Records. He's going to make his try for number 14 at the BMO Centre in Calgary. Well, still to come, the art of distraction, how this mural became a much bigger deal than just an art project.
I just love doing it. It makes me feel good, takes my mind off the things that I shouldn't be thinking about.
Thursday on your morning ahead of Valentine's Day on the weekend, romantic movies of the past. We're counting down some of the best, and you can have your say on the text line. We'll see you at 6.
Your Morning Edmonton, weekdays.
Programming brought to you by Senior Home Care by Angels, Canada's choice in home care.
Welcome back. -6 for the morning low, 7 degrees, your daytime high this afternoon, so 11 degrees above average. It was another one of those days where the morning low was on par with the average highs for this time of year. We'll see a few more of those days, but big changes are on the way for next week. Here's your cloud cover going through. That should clear out by tomorrow morning. So mainly sunny to partly cloudy skies in the Edmonton area through the course of the day tomorrow. Elsewhere in the province, you'll see a bit more cloud cover, especially across parts of the north. -6 to -9 range in east central and northeastern Alberta. About -4 in Grand Prairie tomorrow morning. Red Deer, -8 or -9. Look at these daytime highs tomorrow. Close to double digits in Edson. There's your extra cloud cover. Maybe even a little rain-snow mix there in high level. We'll have to watch for potentially some freezing rain in that area. I think it's probably more snow than rain, but we'll keep an eye on it. 4 degrees in Fort McMurray, about 6 for Lac La Biche, and somewhere in that 5 or 6 degree range as well for Red Deer, Coronation, Lloydminster, Jasper as well, at about 6, maybe 7 for a daytime high. We'll be up to about 7 degrees here in the city. 6 on Friday with partly cloudy skies. Bit of increased cloud cover late in the day Saturday, still around 3. 0 and mostly cloudy Sunday. There's a chance we're maybe a degree or 2 above 0 for one last day Sunday. Monday is the start of the sub-zero daytime highs. So let's show you how this plays out here with Thermalcast. There's tomorrow. Some really warm temperatures across the west and the south. As we pointed out, you get some double-digit daytime highs in a couple of spots. Friday still looks pretty good. Saturday, well, especially west and south of the Edmonton area, you've got some warm air, but look at that green. It's just gone by Monday as the blues start to settle in. And so daytime highs next week are in the -8 range by Tuesday, Wednesday, and -10 to 15 range towards the end of next week. Some snow in the forecast as well. We'll probably see several centimeters worth over the course of next week. In the short term, though, more warm weather for a few more days. That is your forecast.
Well, after receiving a terminal diagnosis, a BC man decided to turn a blank wall outside his home into something that's inspired his entire neighborhood. CTV's Adam Sawatsky explains.
After spending years refurbishing convertibles, Charlie Bates found himself with a bunch of old paint in his carport.
I might as well splash it on the wall.
So he painted a picture of Bugs Bunny, followed by Santa Claus and his dog, Cookie.
I just love doing it. It makes me feel good, takes my mind off the things that I shouldn't be thinking about.
Take Charlie's mind off that diagnosis.
Well, according to doctors, I'm dead.
After being told he had just months to live, Charlie decided to make the most of the time he has left.
I just want to enjoy life day to day right now.
So he started waking up before dawn to marvel at the stars in the sky.
It's amazing.
Before painting the solar system on his wall.
Everything started to become a story for me where I could add to it and just let it flow.
A story about our place in the universe that explores serious topics like astronomy, biology, and history, while never forgetting to have a whole lot of fun along the way.
I had no idea what the end result was going to be, or that people would even be interested in looking at it.
But it turns out the kids in the community got a kick out of the cartoon characters, while his neighbors, like Laura Beaulieu, were amazed by the scope of it.
I see him out here in the cold, and I'm thinking, he is determined. He is inspirational.
You see, while Charlie was filling his wall, Laura was also battling cancer.
And he was always positive and happy, and it really gave me hope.
Because although life can seem as overwhelming and complex as this mural, If you look at it from Charlie's perspective, if you can be both productive and positive, he says, it's all quite simple.
Well, enjoy every minute that you're alive. It's the best it's ever been.
Adam Sawatsky, CTV News, Coquitlam.
That's all the time we have for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good rest of your evening. Good night.